We continue to look live downtown Columbus. Hundreds of protesters are on the streets after that Columbus officer shot and killed a 16-year-old girl on the southeast side. The mayor making comments. Some video has been released, body camera video. Some of it looked confusing to us. We're still trying to get together what the mayor had to say about this. But as you can see, the protest does seem to be getting larger, although peaceful at this hour. Police officers around the perimeter, Black Lives Matter flags flying, and it sounds as if they do have some bullhorns, which we've seen at these protests in the past.
Colleen, it's 11:14. At 11:08 tonight, we received a statement from Franklin County Children's Services. I'm just going to read it to you here. It's for immediate release. It says Franklin County Children's Services were notified that Micaiah Bryant, age 16, was fatally shot this afternoon in southeast Columbus. Micaiah was a foster child who was under the care of Franklin County Children's Services. This was a tragic incident, and FCCS is continuing its involvement with the family throughout this difficult time. Further details of this incident are not presently available, and this jibes with what many people told us earlier today.
It looks like the protesters are now on the move as they walk toward what we believe in the direction of Broad and High. They have been gathering outside Columbus Police headquarters there on Mound Street and are now heading into the downtown area. This very similar to the protests that we saw almost 1 year ago, during the time that George Floyd was first killed and sparked protests across the country. Again, the irony that this is underway tonight, these protests on the same day that George Floyd's killer was found guilty of murder.
We actually have NBC4's Karina Chung available right now. She's joining us live. Karina, you were in there for the mayor's briefing. You saw that video. Colleen and I watched it here a few moments ago, and we didn't get a clear understanding of what took place. Could you walk us through what you were able to hear and what you learned tonight?
Yes, this press conference just wrapped up a couple moments ago. We did see the video. We saw in real time as well as in slow motion. The video does show that there is some type of altercation outside of that house. You can see, well, you could see in the video that there was one girl that had actually pushed another girl, and then she pushed another girl against the car. We did see a knife in the video, and again, this is the body-worn camera video from the officer that fired the shots, and we're told as of right now he is not on the streets at this time. But this is a video that is graphic. It's hard to understand, it's hard to process, but police and the mayor's office, they wanted to get this video out to us as soon as we could and to be as transparent as possible. Now, BCI is going to be leading this investigation, but they did want to be able to share the video, and they did release the video quite quickly here.
Karina, I just want to give you a second to catch your breath here. It's hard for our viewers at home when you get all this information in just a second and have to turn it around. I do want you to talk to us about what the mayor said and what was the what was his assessment of the video tonight.
Well, the mayor said that this is a tragic video to watch. He started off saying that he himself is a father, and it was something very difficult. He wants the community to be peaceful and allow this process to work itself out as they continue to learn more information about what exactly happened today, and again, to keep things as peaceful as possible.
Well, we now have those comments from the mayor ready for the audience to hear. Let's see what Mayor Ginther had to say about what happened on the southeast side late this afternoon.
It's a tragic day in the city of Columbus. Horrible, heartbreaking situation. Not just the mayor, I'm a father. The city of Columbus lost a 15-year-old girl today. We know based on this footage, the officer took action to protect another young girl in our community. But a family is grieving tonight. And this young 15-year-old girl will never be coming home. We think it's critically important to share as much information as possible, as quickly as possible. So we'll continue to share footage, other information, the hours and days ahead, making sure we're not in any way, shape, or form compromising the independent investigation being done by BCI. We felt transparency and sharing this footage, as incomplete as it may be at this time, was critically important to make sure we were sharing good, accurate information about what transpired today with the public and for this grieving family. And I ask for everyone to pray for peace. And if there's anyone out there that has information about what took place today, to share that information with the appropriate authorities. But tonight we pray for this family. We pray for our city. And we pray for our neighbors throughout this community.
Now, we do think it's important to try to summarize for you what Carrie and I saw, because we did see the video. Out of respect, this young girl is dead now. But we do want to describe what we saw happen. It is very confusing. We know that two girls supposedly called police around 4:30 or so, claiming that they were going to be jumped on or they were having an altercation with some other young women. The police video seemed to show an altercation involving some of these girls. There also seemed to be a young man involved at one point. All of it was confusing. There was an argument going forth over by a car. And Carrie, I think you said you did see a knife in the hand of one of the young girls, the girl who was shot and killed. We don't know what led up to the officer deciding it was time to open fire, but the video is out there.
Well, there was at one point you could see there was a young woman, I believe she had a pink sweatsuit of some sort against the car, and the young woman, Ma'Khia Bryant, was apparently looked at as if she was reaching toward the young girl. She had some type of device in her hand which appeared to be a knife, and that's when that officer fired those shots. And that's why we also heard the mayor, you heard him just moments ago, mention that the officer took action to protect another young girl.
And we will, of course, be following this along. BCI will be doing the investigation, as they now do with any officer involved shooting. That officer is off duty. The investigation is underway. And as the mayor said, just when we were hoping we would have peace in the city tonight, there's some anger and some unrest, and we are going to keep an eye on that throughout the evening. I
have to say, I think here we are at 11:22 at night, and the first call for the shots fired came in at 4:45 this afternoon. So to go from 4:45 until now and have that video released, they expedited this process here because there were also concerns in the community about what happened, and so they wanted to get that out and start working on the narrative. We're going to continue to stay on top of this.